sometimes a gift isn't just a gift. And I know that sounds strange at first, because we're taught to see kindness as kindness. We're taught to smile, say thank you, and move on. But there's something nobody really talks about, something that happens quietly, slowly, in ways you almost never notice until it's way too late. And today, I want to have that honest conversation with you, because I genuinely believe what I'm about to share could change the way you see your relationships forever. Let me tell you about a pattern I've watched destroy good men, quietly and completely. It starts with Claire Morgan. Claire is warm. Claire is generous. Claire shows up at exactly the right moment with exactly the right thing. Maybe she helps you when you're struggling. Maybe she gives you something meaningful early on. Maybe she just always seems to be there, doing things for you that nobody else does. And it feels incredible. It feels like, finally, here is someone who truly sees me. Someone who cares without being asked. But here's what nobody tells you about Claire Morgan. Sometimes, the woman who gives you the most is also the woman who will one day use every single thing she gave you to hold you exactly where she wants you. And it never starts dramatically. That's the whole point. It starts with something small and sweet that you accept without a second thought. Why wouldn't you? It looks like love. It feels like care. But underneath that warmth, invisible threads are being sewn into your life, one gesture at a time. The first thing Claire does is give you help that comes with a secret price tag. Not a spoken price, not a written agreement, just a quiet expectation that gets louder over time. One day, when you try to make a decision she doesn't like, or when you try to speak your truth, she'll say it. After everything I've done for you. Those 5 words carry more weight than most men are prepared for. And suddenly, you realize the gift was never free. It was a loan. And now she's collecting. Real generosity never gets mentioned again. Real love doesn't keep a running tab. If she's pulling out receipts every time you try to have a voice, what you received was never a gift. It was a leash. The second thing Claire does is move too fast with too much. Big things, expensive things, meaningful things, all coming in way too early, before you've even had the chance to truly know each other. And it feels amazing in the moment. You think, wow, she really believes in us. But what's actually happening is that the balance between you two is being broken before it even has a chance to form. You start feeling that familiar weight in your chest, that quiet pressure of wondering how you could ever match this. And because you feel like you owe something you can't repay, you stay longer than you should. You overlook things you never would have ignored otherwise. You mistake the intensity of the giving for the depth of the connection. But real closeness is built slowly, through showing up and being real, not through grand gestures designed to make you feel indebted. The third thing she does is use her kindness to silence you. This one cuts deep because it happens exactly when you finally find the courage to speak. You try to set a boundary. You try to express something that's been bothering you. And instead of hearing you out, she flips it. She says, "After everything I've given you, how can you complain?" And just like that, your feelings become the problem. The conversation you needed to have disappears, replaced by guilt and shame. You start holding your tongue. You stop bringing things up because you already know how it ends. And slowly, the relationship becomes a place where only her feelings are allowed to exist. That is not love. That is control, dressed up in the language of sacrifice. The fourth thing Claire does is make herself essential to your survival. She steps in and starts handling things. Bills, connections, daily responsibilities. It feels like partnership. It feels like relief. But over time, you stop doing those things for yourself. Your own capabilities quietly fade from lack of use. And then one day, you realize you actually need her to keep your life running. That's the moment the power shifts completely. You won't say things that need to be said because you're afraid of losing the safety net. You won't walk away when you know you should because the cost feels too high. You are no longer a free man making free choices. You are a man maintaining access to something he's come to depend on. And that dependency, built gift by gift, is the most invisible prison in the world. The fifth thing is the most comfortable and the most dangerous. She makes everything so easy that you stop growing. She clears every obstacle. She handles every hard thing. She wraps your life in so much softness that your edge starts to disappear. Your drive fades. Your discipline softens. And you don't even notice it happening because it all just feels so good. But the man you were, the man who was hungry and sharp and building something real, that man is slowly becoming a memory. Comfort has a cost. And when the cost is your strength, you've paid far too much. Here's what I need you to understand. Claire Morgan isn't always a villain. Sometimes she genuinely believes she's loving you. But love that takes your voice, your independence, your strength, and your future is not love. No matter how warm it feels in the moment, the trap is never loud. It never announces itself. It just gets tighter. One small yes at a time, one overlooked warning sign at a time, until the day you wake up and realize the life you're living isn't really yours anymore. So starting today, pause before you accept. Ask yourself what this will cost you 6 months from now. Keep your own engine running no matter what. Never let your responsibilities become someone else's leverage. Keep speaking your truth even when it's uncomfortable. And never, ever trade your strength for convenience. Because the moment you stop standing on your own 2 feet, you stop being the one who decides where your life goes. And no gift, no matter how beautiful, is worth that price. Stay awake. Stay yourself. That's how you stay free.